All right, left to right, we've got Travis Bazzana, Micah McDowell, and Jacob Kmatz. Just start off with questions. And you guys, whoever wants the mic first, please let me know.
Travis, just how do you feel like entering this season you're developing? And we talked a lot about coaches over the last week, just sort of continuing your growth. What do you think is the biggest thing that you need to focus on heading into this season?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is just continuing to grow as a person and as a leader and just learn more and more about my teammates and see how I can pour into them every day and just stay focused on my process and lead with action and just bring the guys with me.
Micah, what has you most excited about this team, this roster, this lineup this year?
Yeah, I would say definitely being a hitter, the lineup. I think it's very deep, 1 through like 13, 14 guys. We got a lot of guys that can step in, but yeah, the first 9 that go out there opening day, it's going to be pretty special. But yeah, I'd say that has me the most excited, but also just the team culture and how this group's come together. I think everyone's rooting for each other. Everyone loves one another. So I think anytime you have that with the talent, it's something special for sure.
Jacob, could you lead us through what you've been able to do so far in camp and practice throw-wise, and then just, I guess, the mental relief after going through that first live hitting session? Could you just lead us through that too?
Yeah, right now I'm in a good spot in throwing live and in the scrimmages, so just building up for the season and feel healthy mentally. I'm there and feels good to be back playing again. Missing the fall, but every week it's just building up to get ready for surprise.
Okay. I don't know what you can offer details about what the injury was, but in dealing with that last year, having to watch the postseason, I imagine that ate at you. Just how would you describe that experience in dealing with the injury?
Yeah, it wasn't easy. It was something I was dealing with throughout the season and trying to work through it, and then decided to do his best to shut it down, and it hurt to not be there and watching it from home, not being able, even if I wasn't playing, just not being there with the guys. But I think all of us have felt that pain from last year, whether we were there or not, and so it's feeding into this year of kind of our motivation, what we're trying to achieve this year.
Sounds like it was either yesterday or the day before you were feeling pretty good, and fastball's as good as it's been. I guess just how would you describe where you're at now, how you feel when you're throwing, and so on and so forth?
Yeah, no, it's like when you get hurt, you look for all the reasons why, and you try and make the changes to make sure it doesn't happen again and come back better. And I think myself, Dor, and Jeremy put together a good plan, and Mike as well, of kind of what we needed to do, and I think we did a good job of following that plan, so feeling a good spot, better than where I was. So just being consistent throughout the year and staying healthy is the main thing.
You didn't do anything in the summer or fall or anything, right?
Right, I started throwing early fall, so it took some time off, and just doing the rehab process. I was here in the summer working with Jeremy, so it's been good.
Micah, Coach Gibson a little bit ago said they weren't sure if you're going to get you back this year, but getting you back was a huge boost. What kind of drove you to come back and play another year with the Beavers?
Yeah, I would say just the team we were coming back. Obviously, wanted to go play pro ball and have those aspirations, but also falling a little short last year, and just knowing what type of group we had coming back this year. Knew it was going to be something special, and just really looking forward to this season.
And Travis, you've been here for a little bit. Your roles maybe changed a little bit throughout the years. What shoes do you kind of see yourself in with the team going into this year?
I think just a catalyst of the offense and a leader and someone that's going to pour into everyone else and just create the confidence and collective identity that this team needs to go out and win deep in the season. So I think just continuing to build stronger relationships, but just just be a great leader and be a spark at the top of the lineup for a really special offense.
Travis and Micah, maybe both you guys can address this. It's pretty much consensus that your lineup is pretty solid at the plate. The pitching might be a little more of a question mark. How do you guys have seen the pitchers so far? What's your thought about the pitching group and how they're going to be?
Okay. Yeah, it's like the way I would put it is like the offense is like has really shown. I feel like it's a bunch of guys we know have done it, and the pitching staff is like there's guys that have done it. There's young guys that are the best freshman pitchers I've been around since I've been here. Then there's transfers that have some of the best stuff I've seen since I've been here. Like it's a mix of all quality talent, but then at the end of the day, once 4,000 come out and goss and it's a packed house or like everything really kicks off, you never really know. So we're kind of talking about the things that we solidified, like we know. And I think the pitchers are going to prove that, and they're going to be just as powerful as what we are as an offense. But there's sort of more unknowns because there's just like guys that haven't been to Beeve yet. And yeah, they have unbelievable potential, and there's a lot of great arms, but you got to go show up and compete when it matters, and I think they will. It's just it's hard to like not talk about the offense at this point, but yeah.
Yeah, building off that, I would just say again, like the stuff and the potentials through the roof. There's a lot of young guys that are throwing like 92, 94, and it's really good stuff. And having the veteran leaders like Kmatz and AJ Lattery and guys like that who have been there and competed for Beaver Nation is also nice to bring those guys, to light. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But I'm more confident in them. I'm just as confident in them as our lineup. So yeah.
Travis, how did you approach this offseason different than your first offseason as a Beaver?
Yeah, so my first offseason, I felt like there was some big changes to be made, and I was still super young. So I had more mechanical adjustments to be made, and I also just needed to grow and as a person so that I could step into a leader role as a sophomore. But now I feel like I stepped into somewhat of a role as a leader as a sophomore, and it's more just been honing things in. I did play summer ball, so I didn't have that as like an off season. That was just still go time. But yeah, just honing my skills to where I'm at my best every time I step in the box or out at second base or on the field. And then just, again, I've brought it up in every answer, but just like trying to build the relationships we need to where everyone trusts and has the confidence in each other to where that success is going to come.
And speaking of relationships, tell me if I'm right, is that where your relationship with Elijah Hainline kind of got built up when you were playing summer ball?
Yeah, once, we played against each other in the summer and kind of knew of each other, had some conversations there. We're friends, and then now he's a Beav, and he's my roommate, and we building on that, and it's going to be pretty special what we can do this year. So, again, he was one of the best shortstops in the Pac-12 last year, if not the best, and now he's in a team and a culture that's special and new and an environment where he's thriving, and again, that's going to be another vital piece of just what we're going to do this year.
Was he committed then? Was he in the portal? Or
he was in the portal, and I definitely wasn't poaching him. I'm not going to say that. But, yeah, we were friends, and, yeah.
Surely you're in his ear.
No comment.
Micah, what would you say is the strength and the calling card of this offense? Is it the power? Is it the speed? What would you say if you had to pick one?
Oh, that's tough. I'd say just the confidence and the belief. But obviously, if we're looking at tools-wise, I think we have a lot of power in the lineup, but also a lot of speed as well. I think 1 through 9, there's a lot of guys that can can swipe multiple bags this year, which is super special and very important to an offense. But also, we have quite a few guys that could drive it out of the park, which will be fun as well. Yeah.
And Travis, just how do you sort of deal with a lot of the outside noise and the draft process? There's a lot of preseason expectations with the team and you yourself. How do you sort of handle all of that?
Yeah, it's honestly been sort of a new area to navigate since the summer. Everything sort of like really ramped up in terms of external noise. And I think the biggest pieces to like navigating that have been keeping the people that like my mentors and the people that I love and friends and family closer than ever, and just continuing to like have their support and have the quality conversations that are going to keep me grounded. And then the other part of it is just staying with my process and not being results driven, but being process driven. And then part of that is just making the focus on my teammates and bringing the best energy I can, and the best energy and effort, is the most important thing. And then everything that is noise and results driven will take care of itself if I can focus on those things.
Kind of for all three of you guys, what was the biggest takeaway and what did you get as a team from Canada? And I mean, rolling around with Micah in his hometown, that must have been hard to swallow. I don't know. Lead me through that.
You start, Kay.
Yeah, no, it was really good, a good bonding experience. And I think we're spending the entire day together, doing everything, lifting weights early in the morning, whether doing mental skills together, practicing all day, eating meals together, going without our phones and having to spend that actual connection with each other, and not having that block, but being able to just be around each other for those 7-8 days or whatever it was, and especially at the early in the fall of when guys are getting used to each other, especially incoming guys, and showing them how it's, we do things here, and bring them into the family, and just growing that connection was huge.
Yeah, for me, I mean, it was just really cool, showing the guys around where I went to high school for a couple of years. So that was super cool. But I think also just, again, building off, putting the phones down, getting away from the noise for a little bit, and being able to come together as a group really early, whether that's, running to the field at 6 a.m. in the morning from the hotel, or, just grinding 2-a-days out there early in the fall. I think it was really good team building experience for sure.
Yeah. I think it shows the guys that when you, like in the fall, their first year as a Beaver, sort of how it's like being a part of something bigger than yourself. That's been one of the biggest things I've like valued and come to learn like since I've been here, is like how many people pour into this program, and how rich of an expectation and how much care there is with it, whether it's the student managers or the head coach. Like everyone is pulling the same direction, and I think it showed people, it's bigger than just you and your whatever you did in high school or somewhere else. Like, build those bonds, be a better person, show up on time, and whether it's adversity of having 2-a-days and being tired, or waking up really early and running to weights, like it's just building that mental strength that's gonna take us deep in the season. But yeah, truly it was a special trip in terms of relationships and just getting to know all the guys and seeing what everyone's about. I think being without the phones, like you really start to understand how valuable your time is, because you just don't get caught wasting time. And that time was super valuable there, and we all got the most out of it.
Switching gears a little bit, just for all three of you, someone off the radar that we're not talking about that maybe is ready to blow up. Like, I mean, you and Brady blew up last year. Like, is there someone who's at the top of your head that you think might take that next step, or even a freshman, that's ready to do that?
I guess from the pitching side of things, Eric Segura has been dominating, and he looks really well. He's going to get a lot of valuable innings, in my opinion. So You know, he's very consistent too and doing his work the right way, so I think he's going to have a really good year.
Yeah, for me, it would probably be facing a left-handed pitcher on this team would be Nelson Caljo. I think the guy's a freak athlete, and he's got nasty stuff from the left side, and he's definitely a lot more confident going into this year. And I think, you know, sky's the limit for him. But also, like, probably not a guy like that's off the radar, but Brady Casper from the hitter's side has looked unbelievable in terms of, you know, waiting for his pitch and not chasing bad pitches. And when he does get that pitch, he's doing a lot of damage. And yeah, he's gonna be really special this year.
Yeah, I think I'll double down on Eric 100%. Brady, same thing. Like, we know Brady had success last year and he's going to be good, but in my eyes, like, Brady has the potential to be one of the best players in the conference, if not one of the best players in the country. And I think that's where, like, people know Brady's going to be good, but he could be very, very good. Eric's going to be good. And I don't know. There's a lot of names. I feel like we've talked about a lot, but Bridger Holmes has looked really electric, and it's, again, a funky look. I don't know how much hype he's getting in the media, but he shouldn't give up many hits, and if he can be in and around the zone, he's going to dominate.
You still live with Brady?
Yeah, Brady, Micah, and Elijah. Yeah.
Travis, cover of Baseball America, was that something you expected would happen in your years at Oregon State, and what was that experience like for you?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. It's still kind of a wild thing to think about, just because growing up, it's something you see Baseball America and you see stars and people you look up to. So that was pretty exciting. I didn't ever think that, or like comprehend it would be something that would happen at Oregon State, or I never really set it as a goal of mine or anything like that. It's kind of something that just happens. But yeah, no, it's legit. It's something that I think if I ever have like a man cave or something like that, that cover will probably be up somewhere, because I think it's pretty cool. So, yeah.
Anything else for the guys? Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.